Darling, who gave you permission to move away from me? You tramp, you. Where are you now? Are you getting high? Ah! What you say? Are you on job right now? Are you working for NBC still? What are you doing in Colorado working for NBC? You're abroad? What? Doing what? Darling, I know what you do for a living. I'm trying to figure what the fuck they're doing in Colorado when LA is the big operation. Why do they stick you in the fucking woods? And how do you like it, baby? I'd like some, goddammit. Do you want me to go occupy your house until you come home? Oh, goddammit. Well, oh, is my money not any good anymore? Okay, thanks. They're playing good money. Oh, thank you, love. Thank you. Thank you. So are you liking Colorado, and where are you in Colorado? Okay, so how far are you from the airport? Are you aware there's a hidden military base below the airport? No, there's one at the airport per... Well, Google it, baby. It's public record. Oh, no, there's more shit going on there than you know. You know about NORAD, right? Have you been there? Would you like to go down, little girl? I've gone all the way down. Yeah, one of my... creepy going 5 miles deep into a fucking mountain. That's for goddamn sure.
Yes, I've only heard about it. That's, I haven't actually seen it, so...
Well, you would need press and government clearance to get there, because they don't let just anybody go down to NORAD. It's kind of like Plantex. Are you familiar with that? I think I have your record beaten, and they still let me go to places. That's why they keep getting me arrested, so it sets up a nice cover story. You really don't know government intelligence as well as you think you do you? Oh, you actually do with all the shit you work on. You have to, or they wouldn't let you architect shit. I mean, come on, whatever. Yeah. I know. Would you like to have your ears blown back a little further? Oh, I love blowing your ears back. Are you still your hot, sexy self? I remember the day I was at your house and you were walking around naked and I just wanted to jump all over you. I should have just taken you there. Damn it, I had a chance. And I decided to be a fucking gentleman instead. Oh, what is fucking wrong with me? I still lust for you, dear. Well, it's a long story. Right now, I am laying, not naked, but I would like to be, on the sand in Venice. Well, at that moment, I probably was then. Yes. Not that I stayed there. I've been moving around a lot for the last, 4 years, 5 years? What century are we in? I think since, I have to go back and look, 2015. It has not been safe for me to stay in any place too long, ever. my Uncle Sam's not real happy with me right now. Okay. Well, I don't know if you've tracked on any of the videos. I've been kind of like leaking stuff they don't want leaked. Well, it started with a little thing called the Russian hack. But we lied to the world about what really happened. If you were to Google right now, Kurt Kelly Intel breach 2015, you would be blown away at what's there. I blew the whistle on the Russian global intel hack and was told to shut up and stand down by the White House, by Obama. Well, I've worked in government intelligence for decades as a federal contractor and a consultant. Did you know that? Have we never discussed this part of my life? Where did you go? You didn't answer my question, and you sound like you're in Toledo now. No, my question was, did you know I've worked as a federal contractor and a consultant for our government for decades? Well, you know I have multiple identities through the State Department, right? Well, because it's classified and I'm actually not even supposed to talk about it, but obviously it's gotten to a point in my life where I don't fucking give a fuck anymore. You know, because you thought I was just being high and paranoid? Yeah, you don't normally move out of a multi-million-dollar estate to the street just for the fuck of it. I don't know if you knew the place I was living in, Highland Park, was like a very, very expensive place. No, I was leasing it, thinking of buying it, but the landlord was such a fucking cunt. And coming into my house, I had 18 break-ins in 12 months and saw uniformed police officers hauling shit out of my house with my landlord. I saw my neighbor who also ran Avalon's security team in my house taking shit out. And when I confronted people about it, they said I was full of shit. Yet I had video footage of it and couldn't get any fucking fingerprint team. And even more mysterious, I had an alarm system that had armed response and all that shit. Except I'd come home and find my alarm system's still on and the door wide fucking open. And no police response. And my house ransacked after I started. It kind of started when I pissed off the UN. When I released that whole story that NBC kind of helped me craft and then fucking bailed on about global warming, and we were lying about global warming. That kind of pissed off the UN, and then I got hacked at home. My servers were set up by Bazuski. Did you know Bazuski worked for the CIA? Works for the... Yeah, he John Bazuski, who was my architect on all my stuff. I've never introduced you to that prick. He also worked for Orange County Sheriff's Department in the lockup system. Oh God, Bazuski is a guy who helped write face and voice recognition for FBI and DMV. Did you know that? No. Okay, Bazuski worked for me for years. Bazuski was the president's anti-Shea who would come in to the White House, get a briefcase handcuffed to his wrist. He would get in a jump seat. He would fly to the Kremlin and deliver it to the leader. And have it undone there, and then he'd take messages back to the president, hand carry delivery messages or contracts or whatever. When he went to get out of the CIA, which I don't know anybody who really retires from the CIA, that's a fucking lie. When he went to get out of the CIA and to get more in public life and do developer stuff for Microsoft and my companies and help develop a lot of the technologies I helped pioneer, John also ended up spending an extra 2 to 5 years in the CIA when he went to step down officially, because he got a direct recruitment letter sent to the CIA from Moscow. And they thought that was a potential problem. What they didn't realize is John had flipped and was working with the KGB for years. I know that to be fact based on the fact that John also architected my fucking intranet in my house. And how did they get all those fucking IP strings on hidden strings and backdoor me through goddamn SET, which John also helped set up, which was Sony Internet Television in fucking India. And they hacked me through those servers when I was doing an upload. And I had the hard evidence to prove it. And even in Semantic, corporate, when they looked at the fucking reports, said they would come to my house and set up their forensic van unit and go through my entire network. It would cost about, I don't know, $50,000, but they could help isolate even further the Russian hack. And it was turned down by Department of Justice and the FBI. And I said, well, guys, if you honestly fucking think I'm going to front this whole bill when I already told you and I showed the evidence to Semantic and to you guys, and it's very clear who did the fucking hack, and you want me to pay for it, go fuck yourself. I mean, come on, I already delivered the goddamn... And so I published those reports, and that sent the White House crazy. So when I say when you Google the Russian hack, you can actually find intel reports that you will make sense of. That had Semantic Corporate calling me saying, hey, can we come to your house? It's like, well, guys, you could, but who's paying for this? Because I'm not. They wanted it, but they also wanted $50,000. So, but then I got so pissed one day, I called and threatened the White House. This was in 2015, and said that I am not a piece of government fucking property. Go read Federal Code, Obama. Stand-down orders only apply to U.S. government employees and officials. It does not extend to federal contractors. Go fuck yourself. And if you don't get somebody to sit down and meet with me and we start to discuss this and I get a handler, because I'm tired of you guys fucking backdooring me and setting me up on shit. Like I did 3 life sentences in Mexico prisons. I was up for life 3 times for trying to leak the story, which inspired the movie Traffic. Yeah, because I was on U.S. warships because I had clearance and press and, you know, with 3rd generation Kennedy, and people are kind of impressed with that. So I could walk onto warships because I had, like, high-ranking officials inviting me on. And while we're up doing all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't think would be done in captain's quarters, like large quantities of drugs, I happened to be taking a tour of the ship and noticed that large kilos of drugs were being loaded into the bay and were being supplied by Jorge Hanks and El Chapo, who I knew from when I went to my first CIA drug war when I was 19. They didn't like that, and they thought that was not freedom of press or freedom of information. And the 3rd time to get out, the first time it took 1 embassy, it was U.S. 2nd time it took U.S. and Canada. The 3rd time it took U.S., Canada, and France to get me out, which I didn't even know France was part of the American Free Trade Agreement until I had to sign documents that are part of the hidden part of the North American Free Trade Agreement that also stipulated with France, because of the French province of Canada. France is involved in the North American Free Trade Agreement, which we don't talk about. And it said that the 4 countries, France, Canada, United States, and Mexico, would agree to give me one last parole from federal, life sentence. When the gates opened, I had 45 minutes to clear getting out of the country on foot. There would be no escort out, and I was not to go to the U.S. Embassy to seek political asylum. Well, guess what Kurt did when he got out of the fucking jail? He run right to the fucking embassy and hit the button. They're like, we're not letting you in. And by the way, remember what you signed, because I was not allowed to have a copy of it because of the sensitivity of the other details in the document. But I was not allowed to go to the embassy, and I had 30 minutes to get out of the country, and if I ran my ass off, I might barely make it. I ran my fucking ass off and literally had guards and dogs getting out of trucks ready to grab my ass if I didn't make it. And there was security at the gate, knew I was coming. They're like, come on, you got 15 seconds. It was not fun. I broke the worst sweat of my life. But it said in the agreement also that if I ever went back to Mexico again or tried to get my footage back and release it, that I would become property of the state of Mexico. I would forfeit U.S. citizenship knowingly, and I'd be eradicated from American history. That's kind of a heavy life sentence. The only way it can be rescinded is by the Mexican government rescinding. But what's interesting, it said I would forfeit my U.S. citizen and become property of the state of Mexico. Fuck, I didn't even know there were a state. Yeah, so I don't know if we're intending to buy them after we piss them off with a wall or before, but according to the North American Free Trade Agreements, it referred to it as the state of Mexico. And then now you know why Trump's trying to fuck up the North American Free Trade Agreement, because they're also after him because of all the tax evasion when he built that fucking property in Baja and duped people out of like $40 million, and then defaulted the property and never finished building the motherfucker, and skated on U.S. and Mexican taxes on it, and then paid a little hush fine of $8 million down in San Diego to try and shut it up on the U.S. side, which it hasn't completely done yet. And even more fucked up, Lori, the unknown caller. Baby, are you having children? How many are we having? 11:30 to 1:30 kids. Wow, that's a lot of kids. Are they boys and girls, twins? What are they? Ow! 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 I just set my skin on fire. Okay. Oh, by the way, I should come and see you and introduce you to one of my alien friends who lives in that area, I have video of her telling me that she remembers coming to Earth and assuming a body of a 13-year-old girl, and has actually shown me footage from, I don't know how she got the fucking CIA footage of actual UFOs coming in and out of Area 51. Well, I hear it's in Nevada. 51 and 57. You're thinking of Edwards Air Force Base, which everybody thinks is closed and not. That's where they do all the fucking shuttle launches from. Up by Barstow. Well, yeah, way on the high desert. Oh, you're talking about Point Hueneme? The Navy missiles, the Navy. I'm telling you, I know it's there. It's a Navy missile station. Well, you know that above Santa Barbara, there's actually first line defense with missiles there. I probably shouldn't have said that either. Yeah. That had to suck. That had to suck. On a sober retreat, being completely sober. What the fuck? What happened to your 13th step, girl? Come on. Oh, good for you. Are you still sober, or where are you at in the world on that? No, but what the fuck? All right, let's smoke a joint then. Let's go. I love you for that. I love you for that you are a woman of your own heart and you don't let a doctor or a government decide what's right for Lori. Oh, baby, I love you for that. Why did we never get married? What's wrong with us? Would you have killed me? Could we still do it? I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, you're so excited, I can tell. Okay. Moving on. Anyway. You're seeing Black Beauty, and there's another man in your life. Okay, I accept. I said you're dating another man. You just don't tell me his name is Black Beauty. Well, how was I to know? You just left a message. Oh, and I moved. Okay, moved to where? Egypt? Did you like that? Is that your favorite thing to do? Well, I'm asking. When's the big housewarming party? I'll come and warm it up. When's the big housewarming party? When's the big housewarming party? Hello? A housewarming party for the new house? I could come. I know people there. I could bring people. I could bring the party. You know me. I can bring a party. And in fact, I have a birthday coming up May 31st, but I'd rather have you here in Hollywood, in Malibu, naked on the beach, and doing LSD. Yes to LSD? You said yes to LSD? I love you for that. I said LSD, you went nice. I went, okay. Did you even hear me say LSD or not? Have you ever done LSD? Oh, well, then you must do it with me because I was in the Timothy Leary CIA microdosing program at UCLA. I'm an expert on LSD. In fact, well, see, you could have just come down the hall, girl, and we could have tripped you out. You know, you can actually sign up for it online for like LSD and meth and other drugs you're not supposed to be taking, where they pay you to go and take the drugs. I can think of many reasons why you should, but, you know, we'll debrief you on that later. I would recommend, though, do it with someone who's done it before, and also it's got to be an up experience, because if it's a negative experience, it'll be the worst fucking trip you've ever had in your life. If it's a great experience, it'll be one of the most magnificent times. And it's funny because it's natural, unlike the other synthetics you might take. Why go natural when you can go synthetic? I thought you were such a natural girl. A piece of work. I'm a piece of work, yes. Can you pull me back? Can you bring me back? Pull me back on the rails, girl. Bring me back. Reel me in. No, just reel me in. Into your loving arms. Just reel me in. I'm hoping you're gonna hug me now. Okay. I'm standing naked before you. Oh, I love you for that. I miss you. I have a challenge for you. This is gonna sound freaky, but I'm a third generation Kennedy. There's a whole nother backstory in the Trump thing and stuff that goes back to Stalin, because I read 5 million documents. I've gone back centuries in my family history. I'm related to like lords and knights of the round table and people who have been abusing this planet for years and people. And I understand why the younger generation Kennedys decided to turn against the Illuminati plan. Do you know about the Illuminati plan? Have you ever heard of the Georgia Guidestones? This one you should really look at. It's time sensitive because they have a cap date of 2020 published and was put up in 1980 during Reagan administration. It's a monument. It's also known as the Doomsday Monument, written in 12 languages, how they will take world population down to 200 million, New World Order, one world government, one world religion by 2020, and take population down by 200 million. To 200 million. But they're on track if you read what the plan is. Like mandatory vaccinations. Have you noticed we just had a measles breakout? Oh, and hey, how about this? Didn't we cure polio 50 years ago and TB about 100 years ago, and now they're pandemic again? Wow, that was an interesting sound effect that you had. Come on, just listen. What the hell? Hey, NSA, I'm glad you're listening again today, you fucking cunts. Oh my God, I hate you fucking assholes. It's always fun working with government security. You do realize that Google is NSA. Well, yeah, I was brought into the project by DOJ and the FBI because they wanted somebody on the inside to help frame the thing. And what we did was go into every library and institution around the planet and copy every fucking piece of literature, so there's nothing you can't find on Google, including the fact that we're in extinction number 7 and we've lied to you even about religion. Life is more like the Matrix. You've done this before, girl. You've done this 6 other times. I hope you do it right this time. We're in extinction 7. This will be the final extinction on this planet, and if they do fuck it up, this will become the dark hole they've seen getting closer and closer to Earth. They're just seeing the future flashing forward. I know. Well, I think we're down to, if we derail this quickly, there's a fighting chance. But you do know, and if you don't, you should Google, there's a new smart bomb. Unless you can hold your breath for 12 hours or in a building with air containment and climate control and stuff, it sucks the air out of the region for like 12 hours. Not many species are known to live from that, and then they can just go in and burn the bodies. What you see on these videos of FEMA camps and wooden caskets being stockpiled at Walmarts and federal prisons in the deserts that will hold 65 million Americans today without blinking, those are in fact true. They even have you can Google this, they have an incinerator in Missouri, ironically, in the Midwest, where they can rail ship all the bodies to and burn them and sing Dust in the Wind or Kumbaya. And they can cherry pick DNA and anything, because if you get to the bodies quick enough, you can, extract whatever you need. They can replicate anything now. That's why they've been cloning in these underground labs with sheep and animal and humans and other stuff, because they're trying to create their own super race. But we also said we killed Timothy McVeigh when he blew up the building in Oklahoma. No, what we did was fake his death and put him in Area 51, and he can have all the pussy, drugs, sex, and whatever he wants there. He just can't leave the base, and they're turning him into a raging, fighting machine that they can clone. They are not joking about this. They want to get to AI and eliminate as much unnecessary human carbon print as possible and use artificial intelligence to do things a lot of humans used to do. But we're going to AI. You're part of that. So you're helping to program the future destiny. But what? See? And virtual reality. And with virtual reality, is it really virtual reality or is it real? What a paradigm. So I'm thinking, because of all our great political choices, and most people on Capitol Hill haven't indicted this fucking asshole because they're in on trying to overthrow the U.S. government and go to one world order, because actually ISIS works for us and so does ISIL. They're part of are black ops funded by the Allied Nations, and they're knowingly in on it to keep you afraid of terrorists and the religions and the people fighting, because the more we get people pissed off and hurting each other, the less bodies they have to take care of. We did it to ourselves. Do you think I'm joking? Haven't you noticed how much crime and robbery and rage has... It's real. It's a very dysfunctional, satanistic plan. Oh, they've been planning this shit. Girl, I found documents in family archives where my great-grandfather, who was a